It was coral pink. Not my shade. Not a stranger's either. I knew that color. Our housekeeper wore it every morning, as if she needed proof she existed in my home. When I asked him about it, he laughed, said it was nothing. She brushed past me, he claimed. And when she came to me weeks later, whispering about her pregnancy, her eyes lowered like a guilty child's. I said nothing. That silence became my sharpest weapon. Then, we met in the cliché way. He made me laugh when I didn't want to. Charming, disarming, persistent. He was stability wrapped in ambition. A man who looked at me like I was both the prize and the finish line. We built a life that gleamed. Dinner parties, a house too big for two, smiles captured in frames. I trusted him enough to stop checking for shadows. That was my mistake. The first crack, it began small. Late nights, lingering glances between them when she poured his coffee. His shirt smelling faintly of roses, her brand. I tested him with small questions. He dodged each one. I tested her with silence. She crumbled faster. The lipstick was confirmation. The pregnancy was insult. But I didn't scream, didn't throw things. I simply looked at him that night, nodded once, and let him believe he was forgiven. The shift. While he relaxed back into his routine, I sharpened mine. I pulled phone records, bank statements, hotel receipts tucked under business trips. Every thread led back to her. She thought she was carrying leverage. I carried patience. One appointment later, a DNA test told me the child wasn't his. Relief hit me first. Then, clarity. He had betrayed me with her body. She had betrayed him with another's. Two liars, one stage. I held the script. The plan, divorce wasn't just separation, it was strategy. I contacted the best lawyer I could afford. Correction, the best lawyer he could afford. I froze accounts, gathered evidence, archived texts. Then, I rehired her, the housekeeper, the mistress, the supposed mother of his child. Not as staff, as my live-in witness. He didn't protest. He couldn't. One wrong move, and I reminded him of court. She scrubbed the very floors she once betrayed me on, now under my roof, in my service. Watching the man who ruined her lie sink further each day. I smiled politely over breakfast. Neither of them knew which day the bomb would drop. The execution. In the courtroom, he tried to play the devoted husband. Smooth voice, polished suit, crocodile tears. But I had her seated behind me, close enough for the judge to notice, far enough to twist the knife in him. When the DNA test was presented, his face drained. When her text messages to another man surfaced, his jaw clenched. When the financial records showed his money funneling into her hidden accounts, he finally broke. I didn't gloat. I didn't need to. The evidence spoke louder than my fury ever could. He lost credibility. She lost dignity. I gained everything. The climax. The ruling came swift. The house was mine. The accounts split in my favor. Custody irrelevant. We had no children, only secrets. He looked at me across the courtroom, sweat gathering at his temple, lips twitching like he wanted to beg. But he didn't, because he knew. I had been silent too long. Silence terrified him now. After that night, I walked through the empty house, the echo of my heels replacing the echo of their lies. Her suitcase was already packed, waiting by the door. She didn't meet my eyes when she left. He was gone too, reduced to a man with no home, no mistress, no excuses. Me? I poured a glass of wine and sat by the window, watching the city lights pulse like a heartbeat. Revenge hadn't been fire, it was ice. And in the end, it was cleaner than I imagined. I didn't scream, I didn't fight, I simply waited, gathered, and struck. Now the house is mine. And every corner whispers the same truth. He underestimated me. That was his final mistake.